Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Offset. Why hasn't Offset dropped his solo album? And I'll tell you why. And there are a couple of reasons. One of the main reasons is that we all remember Quavo was supposed to be like the Beyonce of the Migos. The star, in other words. So when Quavo dropped his album in 2018, it flopped. Even Quavo fans were saying that's trash. And then we had Takeoff. Takeoff had a single that was lukewarm. The beat was hot. And he had a nice cadence to it. He dropped his album, it was trash. Flopped. We talking first week sales here, 55,000. But we also talking about a music industry where you can't even, it's hard as fuck to sell 100,000 records of pure albums in 1 week. Because they don't make any money anymore off of album sales. Not people who can't rap. And Offset really is not a rapper. He can, say a couple good bars here and there, but he's not a Kendrick Lamar or J. Cole. Same thing with Ray Shremmerd. Neither one of those niggas can rap. Sway Lee, and the one that's trying to quit the group. I mean, I don't think nobody would care if they break up because neither one of them can rap. They haven't been selling shit. And just to prove that they're not good rappers, you can't even remember their last album. Like, people forgot about Quavo album already, and he just released that shit probably in the last 6 months. His album was released and is already forgotten about, just like Takeoff. So Offset is just sitting back. He's trying to wait to the perfect time. He don't want to flop because he has the most attention out of all three Migos, and we all know why, because he is married to Cardi B. He has the biggest following. Not because he's the best rapper, but because he has the biggest following. And with that little trolling stint that him and Cardi B pulled about, we're going to break up and say, I want a divorce, and it'll get you publicity, and people should be behind you. They should support you, buy your album. You guarantee not to flop. That shit didn't work because people was like, oh, man, fuck Offset. So it turned on them. People really was against this nigga on social media. The women especially was letting them have it, like, oh, he cheating on her, he ain't nothing. So it backfired. So they had to push his album all the way back until he don't even have a release date, because he was guaranteed to flop if he would have dropped that week. It didn't work. So that's the reason Offset hasn't dropped his album. He's trying to wait to the perfect time. It's finished. It's been finished. As you can see right here, the new music was played at the club. So they're playing tracks here and there. But one thing for sure, if Offset flop, just like Quavo flopped and Takeoff flop, it proves a point what everybody's trying to say. The Migos are true mumble rappers, and they have catchy songs, but they don't have that star power that that Bone had. Bone actually went solo, and they all went platinum or gold. Busy Bone, all of those guys went solo, and the album sold pretty good. But I mean, when you're selling 55,000, man, 1 week, that's you might as well be independent. And if people were not talking about your album for years, it was trash to me, because you don't remember Quavo's album at all. That's what gets me. And he was like the Beyonce of the group. Like, shit, nobody even fuck with Quavo like that no more. Once he dropped that trash album, so Offset, no, he has to at least drop an album that people will be talking about. But what do you guys think about Offset still holding that album?